Tom, this Dallas team is a team that probably surprised some people being where they are in the playoff race. Where do you see them? Obviously beyond Dirk, they had a big game in Chicago a couple of months ago against you guys. Where do you see their strength at this point?
Well, they're playing as well as anyone, in the West, anyone in the league for that matter. They're 8-2 in the last 10. They score the ball very easily. They're deep. They have a lot of guys that break you down off the dribble. Of course, the skill set of Nowitzki makes them very, very tough to be guarded. But they're rebounding the ball well. I think the Ellis pickup was huge. I think Dallenberg's playing at a high level for him. Carter is ageless. So they're tough. Very tough team.
Looking back at the game, they won back in the United Center. I think it was by 20. What broke down in that game?
Well, they came out and they got the big lead early. Because of their skill set and the way they can shoot the ball, you have to be disciplined. You got to challenge shots without fouling or appearing to foul. They took it to us pretty good.
Joakim had a play in the Atlanta game the other night where he let a fast break. He looked very comfortable tripping up. Is that something he couldn't have done a couple years ago?
No, he's done that for a long time. I think it's one of his. I think when Duncan was younger, he had the ability to do the same thing. I think those fast breaks oftentimes are the hardest ones to stop. It's the same as when a guard defensive rebounds and he busts out with it. It's a hard thrust coming at your defense. So we give him that freedom to do it. I think he's found a good balance. He'll go, and then if he doesn't see something right away, he'll find a point guard. But again, I think the big part of that is the quick decision making. So if it's there, great. If not, quick to the point guard into a secondary action before the defense gets set. And I think when you can get a defense to run and collapse, that puts a lot of pressure on them.
Tom, a lot was made about defensively what you guys did against Golden State the other night. But at the same time, would you like to see a little more consistency from game to game defensively, especially with March about to come and you guys start to get into that time of year where it's important to tighten up and keep the hatches defensively?
Well, are you going to be challenged every game in this league? It doesn't really matter, and I think you have to come with that edge. And so I think, you're constantly trying to improve in all areas. I think, particularly, when you face a Golden State, you're going to be tested in a lot of ways, from defensive transition to pick and roll to catch and shoot to isolation. And then there's the carryover. Dallas is every bit as tough to guard offensively. Like Ellis is a load. Calderon, the way he runs the team, Harris, speed and quickness. They keep coming at you. Marion is a guy, if you're not paying attention to him, he can really hurt you. So you can never let your guard down in this league. So to answer the question, I think as you're heading down the stretch, you're trying to shore up a lot of things, like just to make sure that, I don't think there's any one particular area that you say, obviously the defense, the rebounding, low turnovers, those things put you in position to win. But the rhythm of guys playing together, being tied together, and I think sometimes, I like our schedule right now, and you're going to be tested every night. There are tough teams coming at you, and we got to find a way.
You're known as